Guys, did you know 2 out of 3 men will experience hair loss by the age of 35? Here's some advice. Do everything you can to keep your hair. Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or just take better care of the hair that you have, our sponsor Keeps has got you covered. Keeps is a subscription service that delivers clinically proven, research-backed treatments to stop hair loss and improve hair growth. With Keeps, you get doctor-recommended treatment plans delivered straight to your door at about half the cost of a traditional pharmacy, and most Keeps customers notice results within 6 months of starting treatment. Each treatment plan comes with a full year of unlimited messaging, so you can connect with your prescribing doctor anytime. Remember, hair loss stops with Keeps. To get a special offer on Keeps treatment, go to keeps.com/Chael Sonnen or click the link in the description. Thanks to Keeps for sponsoring this video. Guys, go to keeps.com/Chael Sonnen for a very special offer with your first order of Keeps. All right, Burns versus Chimaev is official. That's going to go down on April 9th. Why are they fighting? And you can ask yourself until you're blue in the face, but if you don't have an answer, you don't have a big fight. That's simple. Not all fights will have an answer to that question. And many people in a leadership position will concede right up front. I don't know where they're fighting. It doesn't matter. He's under contract. He's under contract. Get them together. I need somebody to do it. All right. There's 11 fights every single Saturday. If you ask yourself that question of why are we fighting, and you don't have an answer that comes to you very easily, that you can then relay to the audience to let the audience know what this is about, no problem. You just don't have a big fight. Do you see the difference? We need an answer to this question. We might be able to guess what it is. We don't have a lot of information on Chimaev. Chimaev has been a media darling that for some reason we're keeping very secretive. Chimaev is even now doing his own thing on YouTube to get his message out, but within those videos on YouTube, we still don't know a damn thing about Chimaev. It's very peculiar. I don't think that it's done on purpose. I think it's just poor storytelling. Chimaev, and the information we have, is that he is now going to fight at 170 exclusive, which makes Israel Adesanya's statement from the weekend look even better. Adesanya's message on Chimaev had nothing to do with Chimaev didn't deserve it or couldn't even get it done. He said, and I quote, "I'll worry about him when I need to worry about him." Well, Adesanya's right. What would the point be in wasting your breath as the sitting champion of the world on a guy in a different weight class? Fair enough. But we now do know we've got, at least got some familiarity with what Chimaev's going to do and where he's going to do it, which is 170 pounds. But if you put that in conjunction with the only thing that Dana has told us about Chimaev as of late, which is he's 4 fights away, which I interpret to mean 15 months away, from having a shot of being in the discussion with Kamaru Usman, then what's the point of putting him in a feature match against a perennial #1 contender? Like, both things can't be true, at least for me. They can't both be true. If you're going to be the one guy not named Kamaru Usman that can beat Gilbert Burns, you got to get something for that. And I know what's on the line for Gilbert. Gilbert Burns, who just wants to return to a world championship match and is willing to go through anybody at any time, which agreeing to this bout is proof thereof. If he loses, those aspirations are now evaporated. Gilbert Burns would not make believe that he can lose to a guy that's still another 3 fights away from getting a shot and that he's somehow going to get the shot. I mean, do you see the problem? So we see what Gilbert's putting up. What's Gilbert getting for that? And it makes it a very tough question. If Gilbert does beat Chimaev, the other side of this coin, is he guaranteed a world title fight, right? The whole thing gets very weird, and 170 has been a frustrating division for a period of time. It is iron on top of iron. It is absolute studs, which got recognized in one way, which is making their champion, Kamaru Usman, the pound-for-pound #1 ranked fighter in the world. I don't see anything else good that's happened in that division. I see guys for 4 years who've done what's called squat on your spot, an expression that I didn't even know what it meant. And it means the top-ranked guys want to sit there and hold that ranking and not give anybody else an opportunity to do it. They don't want to get out there and fight. We're all supposed to be happy and look the other way that George Masvidal is going to fight Covington on Saturday. But nowhere was the question even asked. Hey, wait a minute, Masvidal. You were supposed to fight Leon. You're the one that pulled out of the fight with Leon, and you're going to fight 5 months before Leon, right? I mean, the whole thing gets weird. We all just chose to look the other way like we didn't even see it. All right, fair enough. I know what those two are fighting for, and they got a sold-out arena. They're going to have a big fight, so we're good. Our work's done there, but that same thing can't happen. We can't take the same concept of not being able to answer the one question that every big fight, the one ingredient that every meaningful fight has is, what are you fighting for? And there will be plenty of guys of those 11 fights, of those 22 athletes, that won't have the foggiest answer, but they're also on the undercard. They will not become main card until they can answer that question. Most of them don't even know that they need to be in pursuit of answering that question because they don't follow their own sport. They do not follow their own industry. That is most fighters. They're going to get up and run, and they're going to jump a rope, and they're going to throw punches at a moving target at some point in the day, and they'll probably even get a protein shake mixed in there. They'll probably go get an ice-cold bath called a ice bath for their recovery. They don't know a goddamn thing about the business. They're willing to try anything that somebody once upon a time told them might make them better at the sport, except for actually learning the industry. And as much as I'm saying that that's an undercard fight, that's just the truth. And that might sound rude, but that's the truth. You're under contract. He's under contract. We called you guys. We'll put you together. Just go do it. The arena's going to be filled up. We're still working out the angles for the cameras. We're still working out the lights. We're making sure our feet, and that's what we're going to use you for. And you're going to get a check at the end of the night, but you haven't done a good enough job telling anybody the story. Most guys don't know that they need the story. Now, as much as I'm saying that that's the truth for most guys, this is a feature match. Again, I'm on Chimaev and Burns here. This is a feature match. This is going to jerk the curtain only to a world championship fight. So if you're on a main card, and in this case, what I'm calling a feature match, which just means you're the co-main or the main, you've got to have a story to tell. There is no story without the 5 W's of who, what, when, where, and why. I got to know why these guys are fighting. What is on the line? How is this a significant contest? If Chimaev gets the jump on Burns, who nobody has been able to do, Burns has cleaned that division out from everybody except for the sitting champ. If Chimaev can beat him, but he's got to fight 3 more guys. 4 was an arbitrary number. 3 is close to 4. Okay, he's got to fight 2 more guys. 2 is pretty close to 4. Okay, he's got to fight 1 more guy. I'm light on that idea. I'm very light on it. And Gilbert's only reward for being a guy in the division that's got the balls to go out and do a fight like this is that he gets called to do more fights like this. That's not right. Gilbert Burns has the right to be rewarded for his toughness and for his willingness. And that reward can't just be that you get called to do more of that. There has to be a payoff. I'm giving a good look at this thing to be a number 1 contenders match. I don't have another one to point to. Vincenzo Luque absolutely matters. I don't know who he's fighting next. I don't know what's going on. Belal Muhammad is willing to do anything that it takes to get his name out there, and he is rosing up the card, and he's now a co-main and main event fighter exclusively. He's doing everything right, but he still needs an opponent. I don't know if there's 2 guys you could put together based on the players on the board. I'm taking Leon off. I'm taking Kamaru off. I'm taking Colby off. I'm taking Masvidal off, only because they're booked. I'm putting them in head-to-head competition with anybody still available that could be a bigger or more meaningful match than Chimaev and Burns. If there's not a bigger and more meaningful match that can be made, then that's the number 1 contenders match. But it should be. It should be. If Chimaev can beat Burns, it has to be for something. If Burns is going to take the risk, he's got to get something. Can we agree on this?